Zsa Zsa is always on the go. Now, after getting a guilty verdict from her California peers, Zsa Zsa could be going to jail for her misdeeds. Tomorrow's the day of judgment when the oft-wedded Baroness of Beverly Hills will find out her sentence.
I breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Come tomorrow, Zsa Zsa Gabor may well be breaking rocks in the hot sun because it's Judgment Day, the day the grande dame of glitz will finally be sentenced for clobbering a Beverly Hills cop.
I fought the law and the law won.
The law won, all right, in a colorful court drama rivaling the antics of the celebrated Scopes monkey trial. Zsa Zsa put on the performance of her life and threw in more special effects than a Steven Spielberg movie.
People versus Zsa Zsa Gabor.
There were tears. There was action. There was suspense. And there was romance. All the elements of a Hollywood epic and more. It was Gone with the Wind bag when the judge slapped a gag order on the talkative actress. Then he whacked her with a $500 fine when she broke that order, comparing the American justice system to Russia's. And it was The Great Escape when the Hungarian-born Belle stormed out of court and threatened to run away to Europe. But now it's back to the future as she faces a maximum of 18 months in jail tomorrow for slapping her leading man, the tall, handsome police officer who booked her for driving with an expired license.
I slapped him in the face that he should let me go. And he says, now you're f***ing whore or bitch or whatever he said, I'm going to show you what I can do.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
So now it's time for you to have your say, to send a message to the judge on the eve of Zsa Zsa's sentencing. If you think the glamorous Gabor should be put behind bars, then you can call this number, 1-900-720-6061. 1-900-720-6061. If you think Zsa Zsa shouldn't end up in jail for her bad behavior, then call this number, 1-900-720-6062, 1-900-720-6062. Remember, each call costs 50 cents. Will probably have no real effect on what the sentence Zsa Zsa will get tomorrow. But then, of course, we'll let you know when the results are in from tonight's poll and give you the results on...
Well, the suspense is over. The most famous pair of criminals since Bonnie and Clyde got their sentences today. Zsa Zsa and Jimmy Baker both got beamed when the judges threw the book at them. Jim got 45 years and a $500,000 fine. Zsa Zsa's going to jail for a few days, plus community service at a woman's shelter and some stiff fines.
From Beverly Hills to Charlottetown, in a business suit and a formal gown, two-faced a jury, two-faced a judge, two-faced a jail term. They couldn't budge. Poor Jim Baker, his crimes not least, were 24 counts of a flock that he fleeced. From a TV pulpit, cash flowed his way. Jim and Tammy lived well, too well, you might say. The trial was dreary, the trial was tough. Jim Baker broke down, he'd had enough. But the verdict had a familiar ring, and Tammy Faye found another reason to sing.
On Christ, the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. It's not over till it's over.
Today, Jim waited for the rest of the nation for the length of his sentence and the judge's reputation. Maximum Bob threw the book at the preacher. He'll be in jail for years, I feature. Then another case coming to conclusion found a woman named Zsa Zsa in a state of confusion. While the Republic of Hungary came closer to freedom, this aging Hungarian fitted jail gowns. She'll need them. She slapped a policeman in a frivolous way, and that's the reason she's in court today. Says Zsa Zsa, he's handsome, he's no nerd. He said dirty words, which I have never heard. A Beverly Hills judge set today for a sentence to see if a jail term could aid her repentance. Through a crush of reporters, Zsa Zsa made her way to hear what a judge named Reuben would say. So many days in the slammer for this Hollywood queen, an actress whose movie career had once been. Maybe now the star of those Movieland flops would learn to keep her hands off the cops.
We'll be back after this.
It's not easy to be Zsa Zsa. Everybody picks on me.
You've seen the Zsa Zsa Gabor trial on television. Now see the $9.95 videotape replay, the game show commercial, and who knows what else. This is Entertainment Tonight for Wednesday, October 25th, 1989.
Hello, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien and John Tesh. If you're listening, your vacation is half over.
Gee, you know how to make a guy feel good, Pat. And I'm Mary Hart. Hello, everybody. If you thought you'd seen the last of Zsa Zsa Gabor for a while, think again. She'll soon be available in court on videotape for viewing at your leisure, or you might catch her commercial for a television game show. The commercialization of Zsa Zsa Gabor is moving full speed ahead. The one-hour video will be available for sale next Tuesday for the bargain price of $9.95. It will include everything you ever wanted to know about the trial, from jury selection to Zsa Zsa confronting her accuser to the sentence.
You strike a cop, you go to jail.
There'll be additional material showing how Zsa Zsa and her Rolls-Royce got in trouble.
You get to see a recreation of the path that Zsa Zsa took, each stop that she made. You get to see man-on-the-street interviews with the people of Beverly Hills, people telling what they really think of the whole thing.
The video will be distributed by Tri-Coast International.
In the first hour alone, we got 500 pieces sold. Within 2 days now, it's 10,000 pieces. We just did not expect this.
You wouldn't believe this, darling, but when I first came to America, my English wasn't this good.
And the day before Zsa Zsa was sentenced, this TV commercial for a game show was seen in New York. Zsa Zsa was paid for her appearance.
It's not easy to be Zsa Zsa. Everybody picks on me. Take away my saber, take away my driver's license.
Judge Charles Rubin, who sentenced Zsa Zsa to 3 days in jail, wasn't amused.
There was nothing funny about the case. It was a very serious matter. Anytime you have an assault upon the very foundation of our law and order, it's to be taken seriously.
Barring any appeals, Zsa Zsa Gabor has until late. The celebrated case lives on home video. A company is offering highlights of the trial along with a recreation of the events which led up to her arrest. The tape won't be in stores until Monday, but we have it first, an Entertainment Tonight exclusive. The People vs. Zsa Zsa Gabor video is mostly an hour-long rehash of local news coverage of the Beverly Hills trial and sentencing. And despite reports there'd be a recreation of the infamous cop-slapping incident, the video only shows a shot of where it all happened. No recreation.
Nobody beat me up today yet. That's what's new.
Meanwhile, Zsa Zsa continued her talk show circuit by taping Donahue. At one point, Saturday Night Live comedian Victoria Jackson appeared and did her Zsa Zsa imitation.
The show, I loved it. They said you wanted to meet me, darling, and I just want to say I think you're wonderful.
I hate the fur. The fur is awful. You don't need that.
However, sparks flew during the question and answer session when Zsa Zsa was confronted by a member of the studio audience.
I'm so glad you won't be on Larry King anymore because you're getting all this publicity and we don't care to hear about you. Okay, we need to save this. You know, she's giving us blondes a bad name. You're making us all look like... You're giving blondes a bad name.
You are too jealous. You're too beautiful to be so jealous. You'll never make it, my dear, if you're that jealous. I know women like you.
After the taping, Zsa Zsa met the media and commented on the confrontation.
I wasn't upset, no. She wants publicity. I understand it, sweetheart. What the hell? She's a lovely girl, and if she works, she can make it. I found her beautiful.
Zsa Zsa says she's through with talk show appearances for the time being, but she does plan to sue the producers of the trial videotape for